Hell yeah, new to the channel, man. Hit the subscribe button. Sub to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, 203 Pac-Man, man. Just get into. I might just get into these videos. Listen, don't cut up comment on but my lip busted. My daughter done busted my lip, you know. But let me get a little backstory. So I was talking to this little shorty, and then she got drunk. She was getting drunk with her friends, and she came out and she was like, "Oh, this man idolized Andrew Tate," and like it kind of like pinged to me like, why would I not? He got everything in life that I want. And I was about to explain myself, and I just told her like, man, I wish you the best, girl. I wish you the best. Want nothing but love. I holla at you though. So I basically like I leave her dumb ass alone. Toxic, bro. The toxicness came out of it. It finally showed. It finally showed. I'm just trying to win in life. Don't let these girls try to hold you back, man. But yeah, let's get into these videos, man.
Since I conquered Earth, became the most Googled man on the planet, undeniably an influence for the youth, a force of nature, a cultural icon, some could say. I kind of wonder what everyone else has done with their lives. Like, it's not very often I indulge in dumb shit. I'd say probably 2 or 3 times.
Hey yo, man, if y'all watching the video, subscribe to the channel, man. But as y'all know, I react to a lot of Andrew Tate stuff. I would say I see Andrew Tate as a big brother. Like he get that big brother advice, like none of that soft-spoken mom type of vibe, straight big brother advice.
Times a year do I bother wasting a precious second of my time. But I was sitting around with my brother and we were talking about how everyone else we went to school with fucked up. And they fucked up because they're not where I am. And if you did less well than I have done, then you are a fucking failure. And nobody's done as well as me because I'm the top G. Sorry, that's my friend's Ferrari. Just had a business meeting. You're gonna have to get over it.
You see how you just threw that in it, right? I'm sorry, that's my friend's Ferrari. That's goals. Y'all better listen to this man. I'm telling y'all. A lot of people will be too ego driven and be like, I can't learn nothing from him, man. Or they be talking about you be riding his dick too much or whatever. Nigga, I just see inspiration. The fuck? Inspiration. He got everything I want. He got a Bugatti. The fuck? Niggas that never lived in a $5 million house. He driving around in a $5 million car. You better look at him as inspiration. I need to get your life right. Get your mind right, man. Better start learning. Life is chess, not checkers.
Right. So we sat there and thought, well, let's think of all the people whose names we can remember from school. I wonder if any of them are up to anything cool. Like, I'm sure some of them are successful with their 150 grand a year job in the city, slaving away like an ant on the tube, back and forth, barely paying off the mortgage to their overpriced London apartment. But let's find out. So we started looking people up on Instagram because Instagram's a fantastic way to see if somebody's actually living a good life. I don't have Instagram anymore, but I don't need it because everyone knows I'm top G. So we started typing in people's names into Instagram, and I realized something.
Subtle flex.
None of them have Instagram. Nobody has Instagram, my age. I'm 35. And the reason they don't have Instagram is because they haven't got anything to show off. Instagram's for show-offs, right? Why would you be on Instagram without anything cool to show? So everyone my age completely fucked up and wasted their lives because they don't have Instagram pages to brag about. They haven't got a blue tick, they haven't got a Bugatti, they haven't got mansions, they haven't got nothing. So what are they going to go put up? What? Their dog? Nobody cares. Shut up, loser. So basically, I've surpassed everybody I've ever known ever. I state that humbly. Another thing I noticed when I started looking up the chicks that I remember from school, the hot ones, none of them have Instagram. Because they're all old now, flabby, bit whoopy now, you know?
Oh, stretched out, trash looking, drugged up. So you gotta take care of yourself. We're gonna get on to the workout part a little bit later.
Like If Instagram was around when I was young, there would have been a bunch of hotties, but none of them are hot anymore, so none of them have Instagram pages. So it's interesting. I don't know what my exact point is, but there's this strange age, and I think mine's the exact age, where people like 32 to 32 up, unless they have a good life, they don't have Insta. Anyone below 30 basically has it, regardless of how crap their life is, because they use it to talk to each other, etc. But at a certain age, at my age bracket, 32 to 35 to 38, whatever, you can go without it if you don't have anything to show off. I did find one girl who had it, who I went to school with, and she was actually still quite attractive. She managed to hold herself together.
Call a prayer.
Call to prayer.
Facts. What I just tell you, he in Dubai. Call a prayer. Y'all don't know about that, man. Y'all need to get out or just read and learn stuff about other stuff than just like the Western countries, Europe and America, and like all of your the Muslim countries. You have call a prayer that comes over like the loudspeakers in the cities, like whenever call a prayer is, and they I think it's like 5 times a day. Yeah, that's a whole vibe right there, man. It's a God fearing city.
Isn't that beautiful? It's a sign from the heavens. Everything I say is true. Also means I have some praying to do because I've converted to Muslim now, converted to Islam. So a lot of people out there who say I don't take it seriously, I find that quite offensive. I take it very seriously. I think God is the most serious thing on the planet. And just because I live a life in which I have all of Earth's worldly treasures does not mean that I neglect my spirituality, because I understand how important spirituality is. Hedonism and all the world's earthly pleasures are a black hole. You cannot fill it. You must feel happy deep inside of yourself. And social media, because I'm going to tie these two together because I'm so clever, even though that was totally unprompted, social media is fantastic at producing envy and FOMO and making people unhappy with themselves and what they actually have. So unless you have a fantastic life,
It's the best for motivation. Social media is the best for motivation. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you're lower status or lower, don't not as good, and you see people at the top, and then you see people like say Tate, and you be like, and he talks and he makes you feel like you could do it. Like he tells you, like, listen, man, get up with your ass. You could do anything you want to do. I mean, but you just gotta get off your ass. You gotta put the work in. There's no way that you're gonna lose if you keep trying every day. So I would say that's a W towards Andrew Tate, because you wouldn't know about all these stuff like Ferraris, yachts and stuff like this if if like the internet wasn't a thing. You wouldn't know about $1 billion yacht. You wouldn't know about 5, $10 million cars if there wasn't about the internet. You'd be a shit little neighborhood with just shit little cars driving around, driving in shit little staying in shit little apartments and stuff like that. You really wouldn't know about the bigger things in life or the better things in life.
to combat that, I understand why people don't have social media at all. Why would somebody I went to school with want to see me surpass them in every single possible human metric? It's just going to make them depressed and miserable, so it's better not to have Instagram at all, right? But maybe if they found God, they could be happy. Maybe if they found God, they could open an Instagram account, realize they're a fuck up loser brokey, look at me, and not hate themselves. Without God, I'm sure it's impossible.
Hey, how y'all feel about that, man? Give me a honest opinion on Tate. How y'all really feel about Tate, man? I'm telling y'all, like, I feel like he gives that older brother advice. Like, he really sticks it to you, tell you get up and go get it. Like, I say it's a couple content creators like that, but there's a lot that don't like that. They just make mindless or godless content, like just put on any dress that suits them at the time. Let's get into this. Yeah, let's get into the next video. Oh. Hold on, chat. Wow. All right, there you go. Let's get into the next video, man. Hey, yo, chat. Like I always tell y'all, listen, man. There's two different types of people in life. There's the people that took life serious, and there's the people that thought life was a joke. The people that took life serious took care of themselves, ate healthy, exercised throughout their life so they could be able to help their family, they could help their grandkids, help their children and stuff like that. They won't be a burden on their children because of their health and stuff like that when they get older. There's the fat fuckers that just thought it was okay to be lazy and not take life serious, or take life semi-serious and never do anything that really is a challenge. And those are the people that are going to be problems on their kids, problems on their grandkids, because they're gonna have a whole bunch of health problems. They're gonna be in the little scooters you see riding around all everywhere because they're oversized. They can't function right. Their muscles don't work right. You get what I'm saying? They can't sleep on a regular bed. They probably had to sleep in a chair and stuff like that. And this is definitely one of the guys right here. Just watch what he says.
This exercising thing it's just a giant scam, because if I just spent that time on the treadmill doing something else, maybe the time I spent on the treadmill will end up being less than the life I save doing not doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're trying to say.
And
don't listen to this. Is bullshit. I'm not saying get in the gym and get giant. You don't have to get giant. Just lift a little bit of weights here and there. Feel me? Get your muscles reacting to moving weight on the regular. It don't have to be a lot. You don't got to get big. I don't go in the gym and try to put up a whole bunch of weight. I don't have people to spot for me and nothing like that. I just get in there and I do my thing. I probably test my muscles out. I probably go a step further here and there. But it's just about staying healthy.
and the numbers don't add up.
Wait, hold on. How old are you, my man?
64.
64. You see him? You see him? Jacked. You think Ethan's gonna live to 64 if he don't exercise? The way he anything 30 pounds over your target weight is obese. Is considered obese. That means you'll live 15 to 20 years shorter than someone that is actually under or exactly what their target weight is supposed to be. So even a skinny motherfucker that don't work out will live way longer than you if you're overweight or obese.
You're 64 years old.
Yeah.
You're looking great.
Thank you.
Let me see
Facts.
what you can do.
Look at that man. He cut up.
Oh man.
Oh, up and overs. Up and over. Y'all don't know about that.
Dudes, half
Oh.
can't do that.
Y'all don't know about that.
Yeah.
I would say there's no way that Ethan can't do this now. He's 64. He's like probably twice his age. Twice Ethan's age. Ethan is like the same age as Andrew Tate. They say like he's like 35, 34. He's 64, like twice his age. Out doing them. In the park doing them. Come on. And just so y'all say, listen, he might live to 64. Continue. Just watch this a little bit more longer.
Yeah, oh, yo, OG on something.
He takes his health serious.
OG.
He don't gotta take no pills to get up to probably have relations with his wife and stuff like that. Health perfect, probably.
Rip right.
That's that core.
I'm a little tired right now.
How was that? That was the buyout.
Buyout set, back shredded, 6-pack, big back.
Even the young
big
guys
backs.
know him. Oh, y'all want to be this? This what y'all want to be. I know y'all gonna be like, oh, well, he was 64. They're probably older than 64. Y'all don't want to be like this for real, man. Y'all see this? Yeah, war commentator. It's an 82-year-old man. 82. 82 years old, man. Those two people that were just walking the street, they're probably around the same age as him. Look at him, gray hair, balding at the top. Hold on, let me back it up a little bit. You see, you got a little six-pack going on. Ain't it perfect? But I bet you he's healthy. Then he probably run a marathon. He's 82 years old. He got a lot more life to live. He probably don't need no Viagra, none of that stuff. Probably taking his lady down on a normal. You just gotta take care of yourself, man. Your body is a temple. The problem is people treat their body as a trash can. People get tattoos, people get fake lips, people get all types of lipo, people get fake butts, they get their cheeks injected, they get fake titties and stuff like that. You treat your body like a trash can when your body's supposed to be treated like a temple. That's as they say in the Bible. They don't even eat healthy. You got to take care of yourself. That's the whole point. You take care of yourself, man. And a strong body produces a strong mind. Come on, man. Everybody knows this. Damn. Now I'm back with the frozen screen again, bruh. Hey yo, now, like I was saying, yeah, you gotta take care of yourself, man. I don't know why I got a bad connection, bro. Like, I'm gonna what? Probably because I got the white noise on for my baby. Hey yo, but we should get into this next video, man.
Here's how to make a Snapchat ad that can reach the majority of Gen Z and millennials. Go to
Only
audience
cowards.
targeting, pick your audience.
The world is full of cowards. We suffer from a pandemic of cowardice. We've never suffered from any other pandemic the last 3 years. People are absolutely and utterly cowards, and they do to me what they did to me to scare people. If you tell the average person you're going to lose contact with basically everyone you can speak to, you're not going to have a voice anymore, you're not going to have a bank account, you're not going to be able to make money online, you're not going to be able to move anywhere, you're not going to be able to transact, we're going to wreck
Fuck them.
you head to toe. The average person can't deal with that, right? On top of the fact that the average person is employed and they're scared of losing their job, scared of their employer. I'm in a unique situation because I'm extremely difficult to hurt. But the average person, as soon as you hurt their money,
it's motivation right here,
right? And that's what we've got. We've got to a level of cowardice amongst the population where people are just going to sit there and ignore objective reality because they're scared of having this cancellation weapon used against them. So yeah, you're right. It's not that people don't agree with us. It's not that we're not saying the things that everyone knows are intrinsically true. It's that everybody's afraid to say it. And that can only end when everybody stands up and stops agreeing and playing this game and stops being cowards. We need mass numbers of people to say, no, I'm allowed an opinion. You know what? Nigel Farage, and I'm not, since UKIP ended, I don't even know about his politics nowadays. I don't even know what he's doing. But he said something that was really interesting. He was asked about who runs the world. And I guess the person was trying to set him up for a question about the elites. And he said, truthfully, I'll tell you who runs the world. We do.
The people run the world. That's the fact. Even though, let's say the elites are behind the scene, but the people run the world. If everybody listen, man, and say, like, in America, we're not going to pay this much for gas. There's no way. And they don't drive back and forth to work for 2 days and everybody calls out, or you catch public transportation for 2 days, and buy no gas for 2 days. Joe Biden will recognize, the world will recognize, we're not playing this bullshit. But everybody's so stuck in their ways. Just like the events with Balenciaga. People are still going to buy Balenciaga. That's why they think it's okay to do this. We run the world. People are pussified, bro. Really out here going against what they know is right, what they shouldn't do. If we all stood up and be like, no, we're not buying gas, Joe Biden, for 2 days, a week or so, and we take public transportation, and the only people that buy gas are buses, and we go to work by train, they can't fire everybody. There's no way. And if everybody at work that just don't do it, then it's no way they fire anybody. People are so stuck in their ways, they're so ready to be cucked out. Like, they don't think for the greater good. They don't think for their next generation or the next generation. They just think of itself.
Because we decide how much of this crap we're going to put up with. The problem is we're putting up with too much of it. The problem is everyone's a coward. And you're right. I get the same thing. Wow, thanks for saying it. Why don't you say it? And everyone is just terrified. And it really is truly crazy because fear has always been the control mechanism of man. The worst things that have ever happened in any society or any civilization since the dawn of fucking records has been done under the name of fear. Get the population afraid. What did Goebbels say? The propaganda minister of the Third Reich. Once people are afraid, give them a common enemy. They'll do anything you want. That's the Nazis knew this. Everyone knows this, right? So it's a basic playbook. But I think it's also a larger issue. I think that things like making sure people are semi-depressed, making sure people are divided, making sure people are selfish, making sure people are self-obsessed. They're trying to destroy people's will to stand up and care about anyone other than themselves.
This, like he just hit the nail right on the head. This is how they keep us enslaved. Knowledge is the biggest factor. Once you know you have the power, then nothing they can say or do can change otherwise. But people are so caught up in thinking like, oh, I don't matter. I'm just a little twig in the matrix or whatever. Get a whole bunch of you together. Get the whole street, the whole block, the whole town. Come on, man. We got to be united.
Themselves. And once you do that, couple in with the fact that if you start to care about others and genuinely care about the world, you'll ruin your own life. It just makes people shut up.
Yeah. And it's so interesting you say that because something that is not often discussed or analyzed, one of the strangest things I've seen in the conversation around you and your meteoric rise in fame and popularity this year is not a lot of people are thinking, okay, well, for that to happen, he's got to be saying some real stuff, right? Like you don't grow by hundreds of thousands of followers per day. Like I've been following you for years, but I think at the beginning of the year, did you have maybe 500,000 Instagram followers? And by the time they took you off, you had about 5.7, 5.8 million.
Like
this is in the space of a few months. So even when I was talking to people who, say they don't like you or don't like, I'm like, look, even if you don't like the message, you don't agree with it.
Hey, go follow him on Twitter. Tate is funny as hell on Twitter. I'm telling you, hilarious.
Rather than just, why don't you think about, okay, what is it? What's happening in the world? And what is it that this man is saying that this is resonating with so many people to such a strong degree? And it seems like people wanted to just skip over that and go, but
These people can't think. These people cannot think. It's almost a sad realization when you wake up and understand that there's a large contingent of the world who cannot think. And when I say that, I don't mean that in some kind of, semi-sarcastic or I mean that literally. There are people who have a strong emotional reaction to subjects they completely don't understand. There are people out there who will stand up and say, I hate Andrew Tate. Why? I hate him. He needs to go to jail. Like, okay, why? I hate him. Why? They don't know why. Once the Matrix can program an emotional response into you, and you can't even logically, with your own words, explain why you have that emotional response, you're completely a slave mind. These people don't think about anything. They believe what they're told to believe. They're emotional about what they're told to be emotional about, the exact direction they're told to be. And that's what the Matrix wants. It wants to be able to say a name and tell the world to hate them without even giving a reason and just get what they want. These people are so far gone. These individuals who they cannot logically explain their own emotions are so far gone, it's ridiculous. as an adult, what you need to do is seriously analyze every strongly held belief you currently have and work out where it came from. Is it personal experience? Is it from somebody who I care about and who I trust? Is it from what the news has said? Why do I believe this so much? Why do I have an emotional response to this? Where did it come from? People don't do that. They just sit there, watch the news, watch social media. I'm supposed to hate this guy, so I now hate this guy. So I know exactly what you're talking about, Zuby, because you're right. These people cannot think. They cannot even give a reason. There's a guy on TikTok who walks around and says, "Have you heard of Andrew Tate?" Around college.
Yo, I react to a lot of that guy's stuff where you just get the people over it like, oh, I don't like Andrew Tate, and all it. I recently debated with this girl on Omi TV. All she was saying is about clips that she seen on TikTok. Oh well, he said this or he said that. She Googled the stuff that supposedly he said, and she was mad. She was mad that I said, oh well, I'm here to take care of my wife. She could pay some bills, but she won't pay majority of the bills. What if she wants to pay 50? Well, that woman just ain't for me. That might work for like a little cornball or something like that, but that's not for me. I'm here to take care and provide.
College campuses, and people go, "Yeah," and he goes, "Do you like him?" And they go, "No." Why? He's a misogynist. What's misogynist mean? And then they can't answer. They don't know what they don't even know what it means.
Don't
Like,
even know the definition.
it's almost sad, but then you live through the last 3 years and you realize that people can't think. There's a large contingent of the world that truly cannot think. It's scary.
Yeah, it is kind of scary. I mean, it's so interesting because as someone who knows you, and privately and publicly, I've defended you a lot this year because people have been saying super wild stuff, and people don't. I posted actually when were we in Romania? 2020. I posted it was while they were in the process of taking away your accounts. I posted a photo of I was just reading the comments, and I was like, wow, people have such strong emotion. Why you like people will be mad that we're sitting here right now. You can't talk to this person. You shouldn't talk to that person, and so on. And the thing that blows my mind about it is, number one, I think I'm a pretty good judge of character. Like I'm a good judge of character in general, and also I think that your overall message to me is very clearly positive. That's the thing about it. To me, it's like, look, someone might not like this bit or that bit or disagree with that statement, but I'm like, look, overall, what this it's not that dissimilar to me to what they tried to do with Jordan Peterson. Like you have, I'd say the overall message, perhaps even of all three of us, is somewhat similar. There's a certain through line about personal responsibility, building yourself up, especially as a man, not falling into this victim game, improving your mindset, improving your body, all of these things.
It's just how he says it. That's why he's canceled and not them.
But people will just ignore all of that. They'll just ignore all the positive. They'll ignore the fact that you're helping people, motivating people, helping people. You get emails. I've had emails. Oh man, I was feeling suicidal. I was feeling this. I was feeling that. And just listening to you helped me. It motivated me, got me in the gym, and so on. And people will just gloss over all of that, and they make it out as if like all you talk about is women. Or something.
No, and that's what's crazy. But the reason they'll gloss over all of that is because, like I said, you have to ignore your own eyes. That's what you want when you're fully slave-minded. What I will genuinely state this as a fact. I will state this as a fact, even though I don't know it's a fact. But I would love for someone to do the study. Go out there in the world and ask 100 people if you like Andrew Tate or not. And the ones who say yes and the ones who say no, do an IQ test. And I guarantee you, the biggest idiots out there. When I see people who dislike me and I see them trying to explain why, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. It's English, but it doesn't make logical sense. And they'll come at me with the garbage about being a misogynist, etc. Not very often do people argue my points, because arguing my points is absolute destruction because they know they're wrong. So what they try and do is discredit my character. They say he's a bad person, he's a misogynist, he's done this, he's done that, he's evil. But what does he say that you disagree with? What does he say that's wrong? Oh, but he's a bad person. They can't argue against my points.
Nah, they say the same thing. Oh, he traffics. Oh, he doesn't like women. Oh, he abuses people. Stuff like yada, yada, yada. Stuff that's not true. Like, that's just like the police saying a black guy was walking down the street, and he was walking down the street, so he must have been stealing. He's not from over here, so he got to be stealing. That's just you're just making shit up, making shit up.
And the only reason they try and say I'm a bad person is because they're weaponizing virtue to try and find a way to attack me. They can't attack me logically because they know I'm right. They can't attack my successes as a man or as a person. They can't say I'm not successful. They can't find anything bad to say about me besides bald, which they probably come at you with. But they say, "Where's your hair?" It's like, okay, cool. I shaved it off. But which is ridiculous in and of itself. But then they say, okay, well then he's a bad person. And the thing about it is, once they understand that the only way they can attack you is by saying you're a bad person, it doesn't matter once that you prove them wrong. They're not interested in the truth. They're not interested in truth. You can sit and say, here's proof he's not a misogynist. Here's proof he's no criminal record, never done anything wrong. Here's proof he's a nice person. Here's proof he gives to charity. Here's the orphanage he built. Here's the dogs he rescued. Here's the millions he's given away. Here. They don't want to see it.
It's not
They're
good
just
enough for
blind to
them.
it. They're like, no, I ignore my own eyes. That can't possibly be true because the media told me this guy must be bad. And they're slave-minded. And what's actually scary is that these people genuinely believe that they're the good people of Earth. And it's always completely the opposite. Those who can be programmed by the media machine and the matrix to just be slave-minded and not think for themselves are the exact ones who always commit the most atrocities. These are always the people who end up doing the most heinous shit. And when you ask them why, they're like, oh, well, at the time, I just, just put on the gas chamber, newspaper told me to, oops. That's who these people are. So whenever I see a slave-minded person, it's not just a matter of going, oh, well, you're a dummy. I look at them with genuine disdain. I look at you and think you're actually a bad person. You're genuinely evil. You cannot think for yourself. I don't even see you as a person I ever want to get to know or I'd love to deprogram you, but it's impossible. These people are genuinely the worst people on the planet. And it's kind of convenient, though.
You can't free everybody, so you can only speak your truth, and whoever gravitates towards it wants to be freed, and the people that don't gravitate towards it don't want to be freed. So you just some people
just like me are the worst.
Some people want to flip patties at McDonald's. Some people want to work at the gas station. Some people want to be in and out of jail. Some people just can't help everybody. You can't make the horse drink the water.
Worst people on the planet. So it's fine. I don't have to talk to them anyway. But if you read any history book, read any of it, all the most heinous shit committed by humanity were people who just couldn't think for them fucking selves. Every single time.
Awful. The worst things that have happened and that happen, I don't believe happen because most people are malicious or evil. I think it's that they are cowardly. I think a lot of it is cowardice. I think most people would rather be in the majority than be right. And once people have made up a decision or been told what to think, doesn't matter what the issue is, to get them out of it or to admit that they're coming out of it is extraordinarily difficult. We're still dealing with this after the past 2.5 years that we've lived through with the whole C-19 response and the fact that people are trying to memory hole things and act like they never said things and never did things. They want to just, okay, like we're just totally back to normal as if, a year ago you didn't want to throw people into a gulag or whatever.
Sorry to interrupt, but you're so right. But this is the thing that aggravates me the most. These slave-minded individuals are they're literally barely sentient individuals. If I was the kind of person, if I was walking around with a mask on and screaming at my fellow man in supermarkets, and I've now realized that I was wrong because COVID is still here and I'm not wearing a mask anymore, neither is anyone else, I would feel deep shame. I would be apologetic. I would literally be saying to the world, I can't believe they fooled me like that. I don't know who you were, who I was yelling at in the supermarket. You were smarter than me. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. They fooled me. They tricked me. These people don't even feel shame. They don't even feel sorry. They don't even sit and go, wow, they made a fool out of me. It doesn't even cross their minds. They're on to the next thing now. Slava Ukraine. Next thing. They don't give a shit. And it's just truly amazing that they can destroy someone's life for 3 years and then recruit these people to go out there and push the agenda for them. And all the people who were tools of an agenda, now the agenda is over, are not sentient enough to sit and go, wow, they fooled me. I need to think more carefully next time they try and fool me. No, they just continue with the programming. These people are completely and utterly slave-minded, genuinely slaves. They live inside of a system, and the system they're going to purport and fight to defend is going to destroy them. They're not fighting for a system which is going to give them anything other than absolute slavery and tyranny. It's truly incredible to watch and read.
But it's like they can't even see it. It's right in front of them, and they don't even understand it. That's what blows my mind.
Real time, this kind of crap happening. But these people are beyond saving, and obviously people like you and I stand up. But even though we're trying to help them, once they come for us with the cancellation mob, these people cheer. It's to a degree you'd like to think it's demoralizing. You'd say, well, why am I trying to save people from themselves if they're truly this stupid? But the odd ones that you can speak to and the minds you can free kind of make it worth it. But yeah, there are so many people out there that literally have never analyzed their own life and decisions. I say this to everybody at home. When I still had Twitter, I used to do tweets all the time talking about all the influencers, including conservative right-wing influencers who were purporting and pushing the mask agenda. You need to fucking apologize. You can't just memory hole it. You can't just delete the tweet. I saw it and the world saw it, and you know who you are. Say sorry. Say sorry. Say I was a fool. They made a fool of me, and admit it, because if you don't admit your mistakes, you're going to repeat them.
Yeah, how you feel about that, chat? What time is it, chat? All right, man. Let me tell you this story before I go, because I'm gonna tell you the story real quick. Listen. So I'm at work, right? I was trying to talk to this girl at one point. So I was talking to her for a couple of weeks and stuff like that. Probably like 2, maybe 3 weeks. Like not talking, but like conversating with her at work, texting her, stuff like that. So I've been texting her and I've been telling her, like, yo, come up, like pull up. I'm trying to like chop it up with you, talk to you, we can watch a movie, we could go out, catch a movie, we could go eat and stuff like that. So I got to the point where I'm like, yo, like pull up. And if you don't, I'm just straight. So every time now I go to work, like I listen to music, I look right past her. Like I don't look at her. Like I don't give her free attention no more. This is what you guys should do. I don't give her free attention no more. I know, like, and I'm not mean. I still help her. She asks me to grab stuff like that. But I just don't indulge in a conversation deeply. I don't just give her free attention. I don't look at her. She won't. Like, it's none of that interaction no more. It's none of that energy no more. You're not getting that from me. And I know she noticed, because my peripheral is like, I see her looking at me and shit like that, like want to interact with her. Nah, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that no more. Dub. And I know a lot of people were like, you shouldn't talk to people at work and stuff like that. That's how people met people in the old days. Like, it's not like I'm gonna talk to multiple people at work at one time. And you gotta set boundaries. So you gotta tell it how it is. Like you just gotta be honest. If you a real one, you just gonna tell her how it is. Like, listen, man, this such go on at work. This and this can't go on at work. All right. But I'm gonna holla at y'all, man. I see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all have a nice day. I get up early, drop my baby off and stuff like that. I see y'all tomorrow.